Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Factorio with yours truly, Inzainia. And guess what we found? Biters. They're big nests too. And I will bet that because I set this is a large, that all of this area is considered your base. So we've got some on the outskirts, and there was some right there. Some that were just worms there. And I'm assuming that they probably encircled my whole place. Now, fortunately, my pollution's only come out this far. I hadn't even got to them worms yet. So my pollution isn't big yet. So what we need to do in this episode is we need to concentrate on defenses. Now, it's a little late for a lot of people that, are playing the game, but at least we finally are getting around to it. So what we need to do is we need to research walls, how to make walls, and we've been storing these blocks up here for a while actually in these chests, and we got a bunch, actually almost a full chest full. So what we need to start doing is making walls. All right, and walls require 5 stone brick. So let's go in, and we are going to have to pump out some walls as quickly as possible. So we got 2 of these guys, and I'm just going to haphazardly throw them down here just like so. I'm going to put one there and one there just for easeability of getting to them. And then we'll run out to here, and then we'll run over to here. I'm just trying to get enough juice to everything. So we'll put one there and there. All right, and then let's put some of these guys in here like so. That's why I put them like that, so that I can grab out of each chest. And then we need output for both of them. Output, and then we're going to need apparently another power line. But before that, now this is just a generic setup right now, just so that I get this stuff going. And I really only need that much. I don't need all this. But I want to give it a little bit of length so they can back up some. And then we'll put one of these guys going that way and one of these guys going that way. And then we'll need a couple chests. So we'll make 2 iron chests, because iron chests are the best. Iron chests are the best. Woo woo. Dang, I didn't need to make any. I had 4 already. All right, so let's get some power lines, which we've got there. There goes that guy. And then we need one over here for that guy. And it's like I said, it's a big jumbled mess because I'll destroy it eventually and then set it up right. But for right now, I just want to get going so that we can start doing all this. So I'm going to pause the recording, and then I will be right back when I have a few stacks of walls so that we can learn how to do walls this episode. So I'll be right back. All right, and we are back. So we have some, and I've set up some laser turrets here. This is generally the way that I have a tendency to do mine. Now, this is not nearly as many as I normally use. I normally use 14, or actually 15 turrets, but I'll do it in rows of 4. 4, 4, 4, and 4, so there would be 16. And then the very top one pointed closest into my base, or even the corner one, depending, I will put one of the big, one of these big power poles like that, and as you can see, it would get all of them very easily. And then I'll run it. But right now, for right now, since we haven't even been attacked, I'm just going to use 8. And then what you do is you take and build walls around them like so. And usually what I do is I do 3 layers. Just like that, 3 layers of walls, which with the repair bots and stuff, you probably don't need 3 layers now. In fact, I'm pretty sure you won't, but that's how I did it in 0.7.5, exactly like that, except I had 15. I had 4 rows of 4 turrets. Now, for starting out this here, I don't want to overtax my system too much, so I can't have too many of them firing at one time, because like I've told you, it's 600 per. So what I need to do is build a bunch of accumulators and attach them to my power grid, and that's what I'm going to do with probably all of this area right here, or maybe I'll even bring it down and do it all here, just this big area, and just have accumulators. And what accumulators are kind of like capacitors or whatever. They basically store up a bunch of electrical power, and then when your system needs it, it can draw from it. So they're like batteries. Think of them like batteries. Now these, I like to put them about where I'm standing now, about this far apart. You know, this much of a gap, maybe a little bit more. I might could take this one and put this one here, which is probably what I'm going to do, because we're going to get started and I don't know where the attacks are going to come from. So I'm building a ton of these things. I mean, literally like as many as I could. And we're just going to put them down like we did there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that how we did the other one? How did we do the other one? We did 3, 6, 9 actually. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. Pick this one up. Pick that one up. Pick that one up. Put in a pole. Surround it in a wall, which I need to put down here on my bar now that I'm done with all this track. I haven't put none of this stuff up. It's not a big deal though. So let's surround it all. So let's surround it all with all the walls. And I can get one there and there. And you can always come back and tear this up later and add, make it bigger, whatever, depending upon what's going on. If they're getting beat up, if 9 aren't enough, then we're in trouble this early. Because like I said, we haven't even been attacked. I went and looked, and then you just tie it in like so to your other power. That way these guys have power, and you just want to do that all the way around. As many of them as you can. Now, I'm putting them kind of gapped right now, but what I'm doing is I'm trying to put one about every 2. So like I would put one normally here, so I'm going to put one here instead. And that's pretty much that. And what'll happen is you'll wait when they come and they start attacking you. They will, you'll see where they're coming in at. If they're getting through and attacking your station, then you need to adjust and add more to them areas. I don't know where they're going to come from, so I'm just going to put up a basic fortification like so, and then power it all up, and then we'll go from there. Because like here, I need to start coming up this way. Well, I want to make sure that these are protected, so I'm definitely going to put another one here. And for this one, I'm going to defend against this side, so it'll be like this with the pole there. And then we'll tie it in like so. And another thing that I like to do on these is put a light, which I didn't do on any of them because I'm hurrying. And that's just one other thing that I do. It's not something you have to do, but it means that you can always see your turrets. Now the one thing that's kind of mediocre about doing it like this is that it's your walls. Some of your walls you can't see when they get damaged. Like if this wall gets damaged, I won't be able to see its health bar sometimes. What you would do there is, let's put a light in there. There we go. And then if you want, you can put a couple extra pieces back here to defend it. But they're never going to come around the back to try and chew in. They're going to come in either from this angle and fight the wall here, or they're going to come in from this angle and fight the wall here, or from this angle. They're not going to be able to come in from behind. So we look up, we can see we got that there, there. So we're going to put another one around in here. And then you just want to kind of come out some and keep doing that all the way around until you've gone completely around your base. And yes, it's a lot of turrets. So you just got to make them. We'll put that there. We'll put the telephone pole there, and then run the telephone pole over. And this just takes time. You just have to, you know, knuckle down and wait and make the turrets as fast as you can. And which I might can make some more now. We'll see. They'll be in combat. What do I need? I need to go grab some steel up top. I grabbed all the steel already, though. That's how I made these, what, 30 or 40 turrets that I've got now. And then you just, you know, keep going. And we're going to just do them 2. Am I out of them? Yeah, I need to go grab some more. We're going to do 2, and basically I'm going to do it just like that, about that far apart, all the way around, all the way up it, all the way back down. Now, what they have a tendency, the biters have a tendency to go after specific targets. Now, there are specific targets like your research, your steam engines, and the player are high profile targets, high priority targets, I guess you would put it at. Those are the targets that they'll go for. If 90% of the time, unless something's actually blocking them, they'll go for one of them 3 targets. So you don't have to be this dramatic about how you're putting the stuff, but, you know. And here's this little crappy thing that I put together to give me walls. Like there's 250, 480. So I got a bunch more walls. Let's go grab some steel. I can be making turrets while I'm putting down these others and in the walls. See, I've got enough, 19, 20, almost for 3 more in turret thingies. There we go. So let's go control and left click. We'll pick up all of that we can, which is not all of it. Well, it was all of it actually. We managed to fit it all in our inventory. So we're going to run down here to this chest that we've got. We're going to throw all these train parts in it because we don't need them right now. I did not modify that side yet where I was talking about how I was going to it. And oh, I don't know if I've introduced this yet. This is the car. It is built, researched, and I did it in the off camera. I'm sorry about that, but I researched it off camera. It was something that was available. It was the last thing that I researched. Automobilism. It was up here for probably, I don't know, the last 3 hours worth of Let's Play. And I went ahead and finally put it together because it lets you build a car. And you just go into E, you go into your combat, and there it'll be right there. And you put it together. And it's some iron plates, iron sticks, gear wheels. It's really cheap to make. But then you have to go up to it and right click on it, and you have to put some coal in it. When you pick the car up, you get the coal, but see, I couldn't pick it up because my inventory's full. So let's go find a crate. There's got to be a crate around here somewhere. There they are. I knew I had a couple crates that I was putting stuff in. So let's put all of this, and this, and this yellow stuff because I won't need it. And we can throw, that's good enough. So let's go back up here so we can pick up the car because it's still sitting. It'll sit there forever, so it's safe. There it is, but it can be hard to see sometimes if you're not careful. All right, so you can look into your inventory, and there's the car. So I just make a car, and it's got a health bar, so you got to be careful. And when you pick up the car, it also picks up the coal. Notice how it says it needs some fuel. So you click on it, right click on it, and then you put some coal in there, or you can grab it and carry it over it, whichever. And then you walk up to it just like with the train, and you hit enter. And it will destroy your stuff. So be very careful when driving it. You will run over electric poles. It will break them. If you run into splitters, it will break them. It will also do damage to the car when you do so. So let's drive around up here. WAS and D are the drive. You know, W goes forward, gas. S is backwards and brake. A and D turn left and right. So let's grab some of these guys because we ran over a few trees while we were out and about looking for them biters. And then let's take and grab some of these guys, and if you hold it on there and then right click, it'll repair. See how it's repaired all the way up? Done. So now we can put them away. We can hit enter, get in the car and go riding around. And oh yeah, isn't that just so cool? You got to be careful though, because if you run into stuff, it'll destroy it. And it'll damage the car. Simple things, even like these, watch the trees. I'll run over a couple trees. There, it did that much damage. Not very much, but if you run into a wall like that, if I was to run into that wall, it would blow my car up. I'd have to go build another one. So you got to be careful. But anyhow, you just hold left click on it and it'll pick it up. See there it says I picked up the coal also. So let's finish this guy off. And we're only going to do them 2 for right now. And we'll see how bad they're getting beat up. I think I'm going to keep doing them 3. Because the reason that I was doing them 3 is because the little guys, the biters, can spit. And with them being able to spit, they can spit 2 spaces. So from there, they would only be able to spit and hit the walls. They can push up against it and they can damage this wall, but they can't get to the turrets. If you only have 2, they can spit over the 2 and hit the inside row of turrets. If I'm not mistaken, that's why I always had 3 rows. So let's go, and let's go into here, and let's say we can make, what, 12? 12's good for right now. Let's see, how far out did we put the last set? Let's put one here. And what I'm doing really is just preventive maintenance. I'm just trying to get this stuff up before I start getting attacked. I'm not getting attacked yet, which is great. That's been wonderful. We've had a lot of, especially for doing a Let's Play, I've had a lot of time that I could just show you guys how to build stuff, how to put stuff, where to put it. We've been able to play with trains and everything else, and we haven't really had to worry too much about defending our base. And that is because we set our starting area to big, and because we set the biters and stuff to really small. Now, it will catch up. Don't worry. They will catch up. It's just taken a little bit of a while because they apparently buffed the whole, you know, how far out your base thing when you set it is. Like before, I had set mine to normal. Notice that light lights up, and I'm protected there. So let's go, and we're going to go up to about here and put another one. And you just do this. Now, a lot of people, what I've seen, or not a lot of people, but the few English Let's Play videos that I've managed to find on the internet, there's not very many of them, I'll tell you that now. The few that I have found, though, guys like to do long walls of these. They'll just do a long wall build a wall around their whole thing, and then they'll take and have these turrets along the inside of the wall. Early on, that seems to be fine with these new biters, but later on, when you start getting the heavy biters, which are the big purplish blue ones or whatever, the blue ones, they don't have a tendency to get stopped as easily. Usually it takes about 14 or 15 shots to kill one of them. So in that type of a situation, these little, like this, when I expand them into 4x4, they take care of them just fine. In fact, I've never had a breach with 15 turrets set up in 4 rows of 4. I've never had them breach. I've had them hit the front wall and damage the front wall quite a bit, but I've never had them breach. So I've never had them get past it. Oh, we forgot to run the power, did we not? Yes, we did. So let's go down, down. And I could be holding right click and then just walking, but there we go. Now we should have a light on out here so that we can see it. There we go. And it's starting to look pretty good. Now, after I'm done with all this, of course, I will take and come along this corner and kind of do this number. You know, just for giggles. Don't really need it. But just to have it there so that, you know, we're going to go ahead and do it just so that it's done. And of course I can't go across that train track, but we can get close to it like so. And I don't think that'll hinder our train. I think our train can still go through there. And then we'll take it on the inside here, cut across this way. And then do the same thing over here. And we'll have a couple little areas where they could get through if they really, really persistently wanted to, but you know, there we go, kind of like that. And then we've got a couple places we can run through actually, which is good. You don't have to go through all this detail. You don't have to put all these walls. You will find that when the biters get within range, anywhere within, say, about this kind of an area, if they get anywhere within that, these turrets will fire on them. And once a turret fires on something, everything in that area tends to come for that turret. So As long as you got enough of them around so that when they do fire, when things do come through an area, they get fired on, you should be good. And then like up here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually keep coming way up. And I'm going to put one here. And then I'm going to put one over here. You know, and leave me some expansion room. I can always delete these, move them, and then keep going if I want to. And I've always got this big area down here to build in. So we're not in any way confined. But, you know, we actually have plenty of room just in what I'm doing now. So let's go over to here, and we'll do some like here. Whoops. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops. 7 and 9. Yeah, we'll do it like this. All right, so let's grab, and there's that for power, and there's a light, and there's some walls. But you guys get the point, get the idea of what I'm doing. It's not very difficult. It's not rocket science or anything. It's just protecting your base. And I'm out of walls and stuff like that. So this is a good time to stop. I'll finish this off and connect all these out, and I'll end up coming up and over, and then probably put one here or in here somewhere. Put another one over here. I'll bring one down and cut one here, and then I'll come all the way down this side with them to just protect my base. Now, yes, these laser turrets use 600 watts per laser turret, as you can see. Energy consumption, every shot they fire, they use 600 watts. So you need to make sure that you have the energy to do that. Usually, it will only be one, at most two of these being attacked at any given time. But and as long as you're putting out enough power so that it's covered, you know, you've got that much power extra, you're okay. It will literally burn your energy down though if you're not careful. So you need to start building. You need to get in and research accumulators, which we have not. In fact, let's go ahead and do that now, because right there it is. We can learn basic accumulators, which is the only accumulator. It says basic. There's no advanced accumulators or anything like that in the game, not yet at least. But you can learn these basic accumulators and build a ton of them. I mean, I'm serious. I'm going to build, you'll see in the next episode, I'm probably going to build 50 or 60 of these accumulators, you know, over here. And I'll probably end up putting them, like I said, I'll probably end up putting them down here in this gap. I'm going to pick up all this garbage, and I'll put them down here in this gap right here. You know, just stack them in there and fill them in, and then you just tie them into your electric line, and your electric, they'll draw energy off your electric line to recharge, and then once they recharge all the way up, they'll just stop. They'll just sit there. And then anything that needs energy, like laser turrets and stuff like that, if it's drawing more energy than the power supply is supplying, it will then zap some of that extra energy out of your accumulators, basically your battery backup, and use that to you know, to power them. So you'll be okay. It's not that big a deal. As long as you're careful, make sure that you've got some. You don't need 50 or 60. You need enough to cover the excess power. And the only way to figure that out is using a long mathematical equation that we came up with on the forums, me and a couple other guys. Or you can basically just add, you know, 20 or so accumulators and then watch your power when you get attacked. And if you're okay, if your accumulators aren't emptying, then you're good. If they're emptying out though, and you start seeing brownouts, then you need to put more accumulators down so that, you know, either more accumulators or build more more power, so that you've got more power being produced. I like to build so much steam and then rely the rest of it on solar and accumulators. I've actually got more steam engines produced right now than I tend to do at all. You know, in my my other game, my actual game, I had a bunch of them, and it puts out such a high pollution marker or a footprint that it's bad to do them so much. I could be supplying all the power that I'm using right now with solar panels, because I'm only using 6.5, almost 7 kilowatts of energy. You could do that very easily, supply that very easily with solar panels and accumulators. But you also have to keep in mind that at nighttime, solar panels don't work. So there you go. You need all them accumulators for that. But, you know, again, it's not a big deal. We'll get into solar panels and accumulators here probably in the next episode. That way I can I can place a bunch of accumulators, and I'll have a title for that episode.
Research complete.
Oh, there we go. Basic accumulators researched. Let's see. What do we want to learn next? There we go. How about solar panels? Perfect timing on that one right there. I tell you, don't you just love it when a plan comes together? I sure do. All right, so we'll go there, 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 and there. So there we go. A light should be turned on out there. Yeah, buddy. We need a few more of the walls, which I'll finish all this off camera. We've got a couple minutes left in this episode, but I think I'll end it short because all I'm going to be doing is repeating the same things that I've been doing. And I'll see you guys in the next episode where we're going to do solar panels, and we might actually use this area right here for it. You know, because that's a nice big square area, and I'd have to run all kind of crap over just to use it to build with. So I might just use that, because if I built any more of these, I would take them across this way. So I could use all of this area, or I could, you know, come over here and do it. Either way, it don't matter. Or I could do it down there, or I could do it over here. Might do it over here, because we won't use this. I'll probably use this area right here, because we probably won't use that area to build anything because it's so low and close to this. We will end up moving these guys further to the left when we need to, but not yet. And I can just come above them and use all of this, gap all this up for accumulators and solar panel. That's what we'll do. All right, I'll see you guys in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, and have a great day.